Hello and welcome to Tech Deals. Today have I got an awesome video card to show you. This is the ASUS Republic of Gamers GeForce GTX 1060 Strix Edition gaming graphics card. Yes, that's a mouthful. What is this card? Why should you care? Well, in short, if you want the very best GTX 1060 card on the market, regardless of price, you came to the right place because you just found it. This is it. This is the most feature-filled, feature-rich, fastest, most overclockable GTX 1060 I think you are going to find. That being said, it's $330. So it's a little pricey for a GTX 1060 because you can find them for less than $300, but you do get a lot for your money. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now, why should you want a GTX 1060 at all? Why should you care about the GTX 1060 line? Do you want to play all current games that are available on the market in the summer of 2016? Do you want to play them at Full HD or 1080p at either ultra max detail or really close to it at a smooth 60 frame per second average frame rate? Then you came to the right place because this card will do it. Not only will it do it, but it'll do it better than most other 1060 cards. Because of its cooling solution, it will overclock really, really well. Now, how much real performance does that get you? It's nice. You'll get between 5 to 10 frames a second more than a standard 1060 card. But that could mean the difference between 55 frames a second and 65 frames a second at any given detail, because the 1060 card is right on the line of ultra max detail at 60 frames a second. It's really close. Some games are 55, some are 65. This will push it over the line for most games. So there are a couple of considerations I want to talk about before I open this up. Size. This is much larger than your average basic graphics card. I have previously done an unboxing and overview of a Zotac Amp Edition card, which is relatively small, about yay big by about this big. It'll fit into most computers. It has a 6-pin connector. It'll plug into most power supplies. I recommend that card for the average computer. But if you've got a larger tower, a larger case, and you've got plenty of room for a big video card, and you want to have the best and perhaps the prettiest graphics card available, look no further than the Strix Edition Republic of Gamers ASUS card. Let's take a look at it, shall we? This card is big. However, it has got an excellent RGB lighting system on it that is customizable. And if you have an ASUS motherboard that has RGB lighting, you can sync them and use the same software to talk to both the video card and the motherboard. If you are the kind of person, let me try to open this without tearing it too much. If you're the kind of person who color coordinates your system, if you've got a big open side window in your case and you want to make your motherboard and your video card and your system lighting match, fair enough. It may very well be worth the money because you get a very nice lighting system with this card. And some other features too. We'll talk about those. Well, that's a nice large box. This is much larger than the Zotac card. Of course, for $50 more, it should be. It is factory overclocked a little higher than that card, and it will probably overclock a little further than the average 1060 card. Look at that pretty box. It says Strix right on the box. When we open it up, oh, see, you know, that's what's nice. Premium packaging for a premium product. If you watched my other unboxing, it's just an item in a cardboard holder. Take a look at how nice this is. ASUS does Republic of Gamers packaging nicely. That's, I mean, okay, it's just packaging, I know, but hey, it's fun. So we have a big foam insert, which I'll sit over here. We have got oh, this is actually a full cardboard box. I love ASUS's slogan, ASUS don't change this, in search of incredible. Open this up. What's in here? Oh, all kinds of fun stuff. Let's see here. Now you've got your gear. Now it's time to play. ASUS has been doing a promotion with World of Warships for a while. Is that actually a sticker? Oh, that is a sticker. Go figure. If you buy ASUS video cards or motherboards, you can get free premium game time and a free ship in World of Warships. And I've done a number of World of Warships videos. I love World of Warships. It's one of my favorite games. If you've ever watched my game performance videos, you can tell which ones I'm into and which ones I'm not, and that one I'm into. What else is in here? And if you've never tried World of Warships, I've got a referral code which will give you free stuff in the game if you click on it. I need to remember to link that below. This is nice. It's an actual user manual. You don't see these very often in video cards. How many languages is it? Okay, it's in 27 languages. So the actual English part. Oh, this is funny. Each language is 2 pages, and there's about 25. It's a 50-page booklet in 25 languages. Oh, that's funny. Oh, this is a really nice touch. These are Velcro ties to tie off cables for cable management, and they're even labeled with the Republic of Gamers logo silk-screened. If you care about such things, if you're building a system that is themed, and maybe you've got an ASUS Maximus 8 Hero Republic of Gamers motherboard in your system as an example, which I've also done an unboxing and overview of, they'll match. The RGB lighting system will sync up, and even your cable ties will have Republic of Gamers on it. We have a driver CD, which you should not use because you need to go download the updated drivers directly from NVIDIA's website at NVIDIA.com. However, I mentioned other features. ASUS does provide special overclocking software for their card, which you can download from ASUS's web. You can download it from here, but there's probably an updated version on their site. Is there anything else in there? Nope, that's empty. That was a lot of talking and time for a cardboard box. This is a fancy product. I'm taking my time just because if you're thinking of spending $50 over the going rate for one of these cards, you want a premium experience. This is nice. Take a look in here. They've got a nice big piece of black foam. So I'll take that off. And look how that's presented. It's nice. And that is a huge card. Wow. You know, I may go grab the other 1070 just to show the difference. Or maybe I'll do a whole video comparison. I don't know. If you want to see a full comparison of different cards, give the video a thumbs up. I'll stick that over there. And that is massive. It is overkill for a 1060. I'll mention why in a minute, but that's okay. There's no kill like overkill. It's got a back plate and everything. That is a premium product. I am a fan of premium. Look at the size of that card. This is a mainstream graphics card packaged in an extreme package format. Triple fans, full RGB LEDs. In fact, let me go ahead and take the plastic off because it is covered by protective material. And we'll take that off, and I'll put that in my special spot over here. Wow. That is, you know, I will say it's a cut above. Compared to the cheaper cards, are you getting something for your money? Yes, you are. Is it worth it? That's a personal decision. It really is. However, the front along here lights up, and you can totally control it. 16.7 million different colors. There's 6 or 7 different modes. It can be a steady color. You can have it breathing, color cycling, rainbow. You can have it adjust based upon GPU load or temperature or system load. There's a bunch of different settings you can do. There's colors on the front. The top lights up. The logo's here. The Republic of Gamers logo is right here. It lights up. And the back lights up as well. So this right here lights up. So if it's installed in a system and you mostly just see the top of the card and the back plate, that lights up as well. It's not just the front. Speaking of back plates, we have a full back plate installed. Most 1060s do not come with a back plate. Back plate is mostly aesthetic, especially at a card of this power level. It's mostly aesthetic, but it does protect all the circuits and it does provide a nice smooth surface and it's attractive. So it's nice to have, and at this price point, I would expect it considering what they're charging for it. It is a triple fan. These are zero-speed fans. What that means is when the card is not under load, when it's under a certain temperature, the fans will not spin. That means when you're in Windows, this card is completely silent. It makes zero noise. Even in light gaming, the fans may still not spin. Most other 1060s, they will. However, now I just unboxed this, I haven't used it, but I read reviews. There are people who had this on day one. In looking at the reviews, what it appears is that under light gaming, sometimes the fans still don't turn because this heatsink is so massive. If you have a good case with good ventilation, you may get enough passive airflow, you may still have a silent computer, or at least a silent graphics card, if you're not playing intensive games. Now, I'm not talking about Grand Theft Auto 5. They'll spin on Grand Theft Auto 5. But if you're playing Minecraft, if you're playing League of Legends, for example, they may very well not turn. That might be something I want to test in an upcoming video. This is much heavier. Look at the size of that heatsink. Now, this does have an 8-pin PCI Express power connector. Why is that important? If you're planning on putting this into a budget machine with a cheap power supply, forget it. That's not going to happen. But you shouldn't do that anyway. This card should not be going into a budget machine. This should be going preferably into a custom-built machine with a nice motherboard, but at the very least a higher-end machine with enough room in the case. Look how long that card is. You really should be going into a custom machine. It's a very, very nice card. What else do I want to mention? Oh, that's what I want to mention. Ports. They do provide covers for the ports, which is a nice touch. On the back, they've done something different. What they've done is they've provided you with 2 HDMI and 2 DisplayPort. The traditional configuration on cards these days is 1 HDMI, 1 DVI, and then 3 DisplayPorts. They've removed a DisplayPort and they've put 2 HDMI ports on. Why? VR. Do you have an HTC Vive or an Oculus Rift? First of all, this card has the power to run the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. It's fast enough. So the reason why they did that is so that you could plug in a HDMI monitor and then plug in the Vive or the Rift into the other HDMI port and not have to use any adapters. Now, it is possible to use a DisplayPort to HDMI adapter on any graphics card and make it work, but they did this because it's being advertised as VR ready, no adapters required, just plug them in and you're good to go. Which is fine because frankly, it doesn't really have the graphics power for multi-monitor gaming anyway, but you could plug in multiple monitors. This will support 4 monitors. It's got 5 ports, but you can only use 4 of them at once, and frankly, 4 is probably overkill, but it will do that. Speaking of support, why is this so huge? Well, let me let you in on a little secret. 1060 and 1070 are pin compatible. It turns out that the GTX 1060 chip, while smaller and while lower powered than the 1070, actually fits onto the same circuit board. One of the reasons why this card costs $50 more than the other 1060 cards is because this is actually a 1070 board, fan, and cooling solution. This is the same cooler. This is the same circuit board, the same PCB, the printed circuit board, same backplate, same power delivery system as the GTX 1070 version of the Strix. I don't know of any other company making a 1060 using 1070 components, which is why this card will overclock so far, which is why it does not get hot because it is frankly way overcooled for a 120 watt card. 3 fans and that massive heatsink, which does run from here all the way to here. It has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just looking at it, I can count 6 heat pipes and I might be missing one. The other one I reviewed had 2 heat pipes. It's way overkill. This cooler would cool a 1080. So what you're getting is a premium product, a premium power delivery system, an 8-pin connector which will deliver all the power you need to overclock it as far as you can, very silent running, full color, 16 million color RGB lighting system with full control through the built-in software. There's another feature you're getting. Right here on the end are two 4-pin chassis fan connectors. Just like you would find on your motherboard, they put two chassis fan connectors right on the video card. Why? These are actually controlled by the video card. The main heat generator in most computers these days is not the processor, it's the video card. As your video card gets hot, if you plug, for example, two front chassis fans or a front one and a top one into these two ports, or even just one of them, as the card gets hotter, it will increase the speed of your chassis fans. And then as the card cools down, it will slow your chassis fans down. You don't have to use them, but that's a nice touch, and I've never seen that on a video card before. Basically, what I said in the beginning is true. If you want the most feature-rich, most deluxe, most everything GTX 1060 card, you found it, because this is by far the card. It feels solid, the backplate is nice, the cooler is nice. If you have not seen video of the RGB lighting system at work, now I'm going to at some point figure out how to do a nice video showing the RGB lighting system working. This setup here on my desk isn't really going to work very well. Maybe on my build table. I'm actually setting up a separate build table to film separate from this desk, and hopefully I can do something nice for that. But that being said, I will link to the official ASUS video in the description below to a demo that shows the RGB lighting system in play. It's beautiful. It's a premium, but it's beautiful. I mentioned the software. It is called, and I cannot remember the name, GPU Tweak 2. That's not very fancy. All right, so GPU Tweak 2 is what they call the software. Fair enough. It lets you control the fans and overclocking profiles, and you can overvolt it. And even in that software, if you don't want to manually adjust settings, it has a built-in small overclock even over the overclock it already comes with. If you want the fastest GTX 1060 card and you want to be able to overclock as fast as you can, and you want the prettiest, most monster 1060 card in the world, here you go. So did you like this video? Click like. Did you not? That's okay too. Remember to subscribe to my channel. It's the big huge red button down there. I will be testing this in something, probably an i5 custom build. I think this card deserves a custom build. So I will test it in that and provide some follow-up results in that, and probably do a comparison with some other cards and do a market comparison that way. So subscribe with the big red button to get updates on those. Questions, comments, thoughts, feedback, suggestions, those go below the video description below. And speaking of the video description, if you found this interesting or helpful, if you find all of my videos interesting and helpful and you want to support my channel, check out the video description below. Links to this card on both Amazon and Newegg will be down there below. Interestingly enough, most of the 1060s are currently out of stock. On the day I shot this, in the first week of August, this was in stock at Newegg. By all means, check out both places, buy wherever it's in stock, buy wherever it's cheapest. It retails for $330. If you find it for less, great. If you find it for more, it's probably being sold by third-party sellers, so don't pay over $330 for it. But it is a premium product, and if you want a premium product, there you go. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.